Hey everyone, it's Casey. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm just going to be doing a little bit of a reading update because I feel like I've really gone off my TBR. So out of the 6 books that my sister picked for me to read in June, I've only read 2, and it's already the 22nd, and I don't think I'm going to read any more off of her TBR. I'm still going to read, but most of her TBR was YA, because obviously she's a 13-year-old teenager. And so I'm kind of in this point where I don't want to read YA right now. I don't know, I'm kind of getting into, not like adult books, but like romances, or I guess I don't want to read YA contemporary, because I actually am currently reading a YA book. Let me just talk about that first. So I'm currently reading Wonder Woman Warbringer by Leigh Bardugo. This is like part of the DC comics that they're like releasing with YA authors. And it's like when the superheroes are teenagers. So this one, it's obviously Wonder Woman, Diana. She's a teenager. I know that Marie Lu did the Batman one, and so it's when Bruce is a teenager. I think Sarah J. Maas is doing one, and I think it says in here. So Sarah J. Maas is doing Catwoman, and Matt De La Pina, which his name is familiar, but I've never read anything by him, he's doing the Superman one. So I think currently only this book and then the Batman one are out. So I'm only 25 pages into this. I am really liking it. I've never read a Leigh Bardugo book. I know that she does like the Six of Crows duology, but I've never read that. And I am enjoying it. The thing is that before I read this, I was reading a romance book, and those romances, like, I can read pretty quickly. I'm at relative for my, like, reading speed, but, like, reading a romance is way faster than reading a book like this. But, anyway, so back to what I was saying. So, this is obviously a YA book, but it's, like, a fantasy kind of book. And all of the books that my sister chose were kind of YA contemporaries, and I just don't feel like reading YA contemporaries right now. I think it's really hard for me to, like, switch from reading, like, adult romances back to, like, YA contemporary romances. So, not to say I'm not giving up on YA contemporary at all. I think I'm just, like, going through a phase where it's less YA, more adult romance. So anyway, but I had been reading so much romance basically since Memorial Day to like a couple days ago. I had only been reading adult romances, and so I did want a little change of pace. That's why I picked up a fantasy book. This is one, if not the only fantasy I own. Yeah, I think it's the only fantasy. I'm not normally a fantasy type of person, but obviously I love Wonder Woman, so I really want to read this, and I am enjoying it. So we'll see. It's only 350 pages, but I've been reading this for like 2 days. I'm only on page 27. I mean, I've only been reading it at work, but anywho, so I'm shooting this on Friday. So my plan this weekend is to definitely read a lot more of Wonder Woman. And then after that, I don't know what I'm going to read. I'm kind of like in the mood for just mood reading. Normally I like to sit to like a very structured TBR. I like that, but right now I don't want to do that. I just kind of want to read whatever piques my interest. I might go back to reading romance. I'm kind of in the middle of a romance series, so I might pick up the next one of that. I don't know. We'll see. Who knows what I'll be reading. Anyway, so the romance series that I was reading before I took a break, it's by Penny Reed, and the first book is called Truth or Beard. And so these books are about, it's like 6 brothers and 1 sister who live in kind of the Appalachian part of Tennessee, the eastern part, in a very small town. And it's 6 brothers that all have beards, so all the book names have something to do with beards, like Truth or Beard. I think the next one is called Grin and Beard It. You know, they all have these like punny names involving beard. So I read the first one, Truth or Beard. It follows Dwayne, and his love interest was Jessica. I already forgot. I finished this book like 2 days ago, and I already forgot what her name was. And did I say who wrote them? Penny Reed. I'm kind of like scatterbrained. I haven't shot, like, filmed anything in so long, because last weekend I was out of town. Me and my sister went to go see Rascal Flatts in concert. Oh my god, guys, that was like one of the best concerts I've ever been to. I think there's something so fun about going to a band where you know, like, all of the songs. And it kind of caught me off guard, because I mean, I like Rascal Flatts, but they're not like one of the bands before this concert that was like in my top, you know, when you list like your favorite bands, I would never have said Rascal Flatts. But I knew like so many of their songs, and it was just the best time. It was so fun. Anyway, the whole point of that was I haven't filmed in a while, so I'm kind of a bit rusty. Back to the book. So Truth or Beard by Penny Reed. It's about these. This one follows. He's not the oldest. He's like one of the middle brothers, and he has a twin, and it's just like he's kind of the grumpy twin, and his other twin's really outgoing. And so Jessica, as a kid, always had a crush on his twin, the happy one. But Dwayne always really liked Jessica. And so it's about their romance. I mean, there's like a little bit of a motorcycle gang kind of storyline. What else? It wasn't like a fantastic romance. Like, to me, romance is like, I love Nora Roberts romances. Like the Vision in White, the Bride Quartet's series. The first one's A Vision in White. That one is such a good series. There's another one she does by the end. Like, to me, those are like my top romances. And this wasn't quite as good, this book, Truth or Beard, but it definitely was good, and I want to read at least the next one of the series. There's nothing I like more than reading like a romance series that's follows brothers or set in the same town. I think that they're so fun. So I also read, this series started as kind of a spin-off of another series. That series I think has to do with knitting, which I'm not gonna, I mean, who knows, if I love Penny Reed, I'll read that series. But so the Winston brothers' sister was in the knitting series. So I did listen to the audiobook while I was traveling to the concert. I listened to the audiobook, and that one was called Beauty and the Mustache. So it follows the sister. I have no idea what her name is at this point. And she lives in Chicago, and her mom gets sick, so she has to fly home and kind of take care of her mom. And she ends up having a romance with one of her brother's friends, who's kind of like really stepped up in the family. So it was cute. Yeah, I liked it. I didn't like that as much as I liked Truth or Beard, because I don't know, I didn't really like the female character of that story as much as I liked Dwayne Winston in Truth or Beard. But anyway, I would definitely recommend that series by Penny Reed. I don't want to go too much into like everything that I've read since my last update, because we're so close to my June wrap up. It'll probably be Tuesday, July 2nd is probably when I'll schedule it. But those are kind of the latest and greatest things I'm reading. So I do want to show you one thing that it's not directly book related, but I won it from the library. I won something. I normally don't win these kind of type of things, but my library is doing like a summer reading program for adults where all you have to do is read 20 hours over June and July, like total. I already have my 20 hours in, and I kind of stopped tracking because you couldn't, it's not like if you read more you got more entries into the thing, so I kind of stopped tracking. But they're doing like a grand drawing at the end, but they're doing these little drawings, and I won a record player and then like a gift certificate to a local record shop, which I don't even own a CD player, let alone a record player, so I was so excited when I won this. It's really cool because it like comes like in a briefcase. Well, like this is it, but like it has a handle, like, and it's portable, and it has speakers that are hooked up. I don't know exactly how I'm gonna show this. I mean, you guys know what a record player looks like, but there it is. It's my record player. I googled it because I'm nosy and wanted to see how much this costs. It only costs like $50. I think it works really good, especially for like a novice like me. Like, of course, if I get super into records, which I probably won't, but then I can always upgrade. But I meant, hey, a free record player. And then I got 2 records with my gift certificate. Obviously, it was only like $10 gift certificate, so I paid for most of this. But so we're going to some more concerts this summer. Me and my sister, we're going to go see Keith Urban, and then we're seeing Dierks Bentley with Brothers Osborne and Lanco. These are all country people. If you don't like country, you have no idea who I'm talking about. But so the first record that I got is Keith Urban Ripcord. This is actually not his latest album, but the one before that. So it's good. It has like Wasted Time on it, and John Cougar, John Deere, John 316, which Wasted Time is like one of my favorite songs. It's such a good summertime song. And the other one I was so excited about this, is Brothers Osborne, Port St. Joe. This is their latest album. I think it might be their only album. I'm not real sure. But this one has I Don't Remember Me Before You, which is their single that's out. And I freaking love that song so much. So I have been playing these, not as much because I don't have like a setup for it. So that's also my plan for this weekend, is to like get my little, record player setup and everything. I do want to get some other ones. I really want to get Luke Combs' CD. I think it's called This One's For You. He's also a country person. And then I do want to get Dierks Bentley's The Mountain. That's his latest album. And it has some really good songs on it. But also, there is something, it's like, I don't want to spend all this money on records and then have it just be like a phase that I'm going through. So, I don't know, I'm trying to be a little bit smart about it and not spend like all this money on the records. And also I'm coming into the dilemma of, there's obviously a local record shop, and his prices, because I looked, after I bought these, I looked up their prices on Amazon, and his prices were like $5 more each, which, I mean, that's understandable. Like, shopping local, is important. But then at the same time, I'm like, if I could save $5, like, shouldn't I shop at Amazon? I don't know. It's interesting because today, before I am shooting this, like before I came home from work, I stopped at Books A Million because I was thinking about getting Children of Blood and Bone. But I didn't because it was like $19, and when I looked on Amazon it was $13. So I don't know, I'm like, I'm really like struggling with that lately, like shopping at Amazon where you can get so much cheaper versus like shopping locally. Even though Books A Million is a major corporation, I mean, it's still, a local to me, whereas Amazon's, I don't know, out in space or something. So it's hard because I do want to shop local, but then like I don't want to spend, $5 more per record or $7 more for a book or like all of this stuff. So anyway, that was a random segue, and I think I'll just end it on that random note about Amazon versus local shopping. I do plan on having not a whole bunch, but like 3 videos next week. One's a sneak peek that I'm going to be participating in Camp NaNoWriMo. So I'm going to have like a whole video on that'll be coming out this next week. And if you don't know, that's like a writing kind of challenge that people do. So I'll talk more about that, and yeah, I'm just excited to be shooting videos again. So anyway, have a great weekend, and I will see you guys later. Bye.